is up, Job Squad? How you guys doing? Welcome back to Universe Mode, episode number 77. Yesterday, CM Punk made his way to main event. Today, Kurt Angle, Jeff Hardy, or Rob Van Dam will make their way to SmackDown. We're going to go ahead. We're going to jump into some simulations and then the big triple threat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead. Let's jump into SmackDown. You guys are going to check out a couple of the new rivalries that we got going on. I just set up a few rivalries because at the next pay-per-view, we're going to have a few big matches for some titles. I'm not going to announce what those are yet. You're going to have to watch the next episode of SmackDown to find out what those are going to be, but they're going to entail some of these guys. So if you guys want to go ahead and try and figure it out, you can do so, leave it in the comments section below. I'm not going to tell you if you're right or wrong. I might tell you that's a great idea or something. Maybe that means that it is or it isn't. I don't know. Let's jump into some simulation, though. Chris Jericho getting his ass handed to him by none other than Rusev. Shinsuke Nakamura defeating Apollo Crews and Triple H. That's interesting. That's an interesting one. Alicia Fox beating Summer Rae. Promotion from AJ Styles. He's out there telling everybody why he is phenomenal. Edge losing to Seth Rollins. And then, of course, a promo from Brian Kendrick, the Brian Kendrick, up next. Ladies and gentlemen, the match of all matches. One of these three men are going to get a spot on the SmackDown roster. Is it going to be Jeff Hardy? Is it going to be Kurt Angle? Or is it going to be Rob Van Dam? All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. The main event of SmackDown. Oh, wow. Somebody went all out, huh? Somebody really went. Look at that gold medal. What the fuck is that? Look at that man's gold medal. I like the American stuff all over the American flag minitrons and whatnot. That looks dope. His ring attire spot on. The gold medal a little too big. It also looks like it's a bronze medal. Just to put that out there. I feel like they have the gold medals. Do they not? Is that it? That's the gold medals that they have for Kurt Angle? For anybody at all? What a stupid gold medal that is. Alright, well I guess that's... Alright, okay. There he is, Kurt Angle. My personal pick to win this match here tonight, but this man I think has a pretty good shot as well. Assuming it's Jeff Hardy. If it's RVD, I don't know. I'm not too sure. But I think if it's Jeff Hardy, I think he's got one hell of a chance. There he is, Jeff Hardy. With no music. So somebody took the time to make the entrance because it doesn't have the generic music. If it just had the generic music, it's a little weird. Don't you think? A little weird. Is this Finn Balor's entrance that he's doing? Why are his hands red? That's what I want to know. Why are his hands red? Spend too much time in Boca? Is Boca like a tropical vacation destination? All right, he's doing the Finn Balor entrance. I can't deal with that. I cannot deal with that. That's too much for me. All right, well, that's fine. And here we go, the generic entrance. RVD, Rob Van Dam. He looks pretty good. Look at him. He looks thin as hell, though. I think he's a little too thin, to be honest. But that's all right. I'm not gonna, I'm not here to body shame. I ain't here to body shame. I don't want to get into some argument with some girl on Facebook. All right, so we're not gonna body shame. I'm not even playing this match, so I don't know why. I just grabbed my controller like I was about to whip some serious ass in this match, but I'm not about to. I'm not even playing it. We're gonna let the computer play this one out. I think that's the most fair way to do this. I think it's a little biased if I'm playing, right? I'm gonna play as Kurt Angle, and I'm just gonna stand on the outside and let these two go at it. And then I'm going to come in and get the pinfall. Nah, that's not how we're going to do it. We're going to do it fair and square. And then if I decide, let's say Jeff Hardy or RVD wins, and I go, you know what? Nah, I want Kurt Angle on the show too. I'm just going to put Kurt Angle on the show. You know why? Because I'm in charge. You know what I'm saying? I'm in charge. I'll do whatever I want. I'll put whoever I want on the show whenever I want, however I want. And I think that's the point of universe mode, don't you? Don't you think? Right? Kurt Angle loses. That doesn't mean that he's fired. I'll just put him on main event. I'll just start a new universe mode, right? Just start completely from scratch. We're 77 episodes in. Fuck it. Completely start over. Just completely start over. Kurt Angle pumping up the music. Pump up the music. Pump up, pump, pump. Is that a thing? Pump up the music. Is that it? I don't know. Is that a thing? Somebody know? Somebody let me know if that's a thing. I feel like I'm always asking you guys to let me know if something's a thing. Because I feel like things are things. But you guys ever hear of the Mandela effect? Look that up. If you guys haven't looked that up, there's this crazy thing where people think that there's like a genie movie with Sinbad. But there's no genie movie with Sinbad. But like most people that grew up in the 90s will tell you that there's a genie movie with Sinbad in it. If you guys don't know who Sinbad is, then I don't know. You're out of luck. I don't know. But there's like also other things as well. There's some of them aren't that. If you look it up, some of them are definitely not like the same thing. Like that one blows my mind because I've talked about this movie with other people, and then like you Google it, it's not a real thing. It's not a real thing. There's one with like Shaq. And so, like, people think maybe that's why. Because it came out right around the time when Sinbad was cool. But, I don't know. There's no genie movie with Sinbad, apparently. But then there's, I mean, like, when you look it up, there's some that are like, oh, how's Fruit Loops spelled on the box? Most people think it's spelled Fruits. No, it's not. It's spelled with 2 O's. It's Froots. Fruits Loops? No, I'm sorry. It's Fruit Loops. My bad. I just added in an extra S, but... Nah, whatever. I guess it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. Some of them are pretty crazy, though. I don't really remember any other ones, but some of them are a little weird. Like, the movie one is definitely weird. The Genie movie one. There's got to be other weird ones out there, right? Where everybody thinks something and it's not actually true. One of them has to be whatever I was literally just talking. Oh, pump up the music. The pump up the music thing. Or I think that's a thing. Kurt Angle with the angle slam, though. I'm sorry, I think I just blew your eardrums out. Here we go. Ready, 1, 2, and no, 3 count. Kurt Angle. Almost won right there. Look, he's going to take a breather now. I don't know, Kurt. I think maybe you hop right back on the train there. Hop right on the horse, and you get giddying up. What is going on with the SmackDown logo on the opposite side right now? Okay, let's fix that. Game. 2K18 coming out soon. Not that soon, I guess. A few months away. We don't even have a date. We know it's coming, though. I'm excited that we know that it's coming. I'm not going to say I was getting a little worried, but, like, when they announced it, I was kind of like, wait, is there, like, a chance that, like, the game won't come out one year? That's scary to me. That's some scary stuff to me. Jeff Hardy going for a pin here, though. Hold on. 1, 2, and no. Kurt Angle kicks out. That's some scary stuff for me, man. I don't know why it's scary. Like, I mean, like, I guess we would just continue making videos in whatever game was the newest, or we can go back, play old games for a year or something, but I don't know. I like having that fresh new game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I stopped playing WWE games for, I don't know, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years. I think I might have stopped with whatever was the game that came out in 2009. I definitely played SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. I don't remember if I played 2009. I don't remember. But I came back for WWE 13. That was before 2K was making it, though. That was the last one. The last one before 2K started making it, which is crazy. But that's when I started. That's when I got back into wrestling. I took a year off. Here we go. Pinfall 1, 2, and no. RVD kicks out. I took about a year, maybe 2 years off. I remember I went to the 2009 Royal Rumble. Right, I watched Randy Orton win. I was pretty into it, but around that time I got really into like looking up spoilers and looking up, you know, trying to spoil everything for myself. And so it got really, really boring to just like watch wrestling. Like I remember I went to the Rumble and Matt Hardy came out, and I told my dad, I was like, he's gonna hit his brother with the steel chair, and he's like, why would he do that? That's stupid. And then he did it, and I was like, see, told you. And it was just like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the point of being there if I knew that was gonna happen? You know, here we go. Pinfall. This thing's about to end. 1, 2, and no! Jeff Hardy cannot get the victory. Anyway, so I took about a year or two off. I watched that year's WrestleMania, and then I don't know. It was just like I just stopped watching it. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like a choice. I just stopped watching it, and then at some point it became a choice. There's no way this is gonna be it, right? 1, 2, and Kurt Angle breaks it up. At some point it became a choice. Like I just wasn't gonna watch, and I tuned in every once in a while. Like I would turn on Raw and be like, "Who's champion?" And I remember it was like a lot of weird people were getting pushes. Like all of a sudden, like Sheamus was a thing, and I don't know. It was a really weird time. But I remember I watched the episode. It's crazy that this is the episode that I watched. But like I watched the end of Raw one night, and it was the night that the Nexus came out and beat up John Cena, and then took the ring and everything apart. That was crazy because that's like one of those moments that like a lot of people remember from that time, but like there's not very many. There's not very many memorable moments, but that just so happens to be one of the ones that I watched. Anyways, I came back, right? The Rock came back to host WrestleMania, and I always told myself, if The Rock ever comes back, I'm back. I'm going to come back and watch wrestling, right? The Rock came back as the host of WrestleMania. I was in. I was hooked. I watched that Raw. I watched the rest of that Raw. I watched SmackDown the next, well, I guess it would have been Thursday night. Friday night. It might have been Friday night at the time. No, it was Thursdays. Then I watched Raw again the next week. I needed my Rock fill, man. I always thought he left too early. I needed the Rock fill. Next thing you know, CM Punk's doing his thing on the mic. I'm in love with CM Punk. You know what I'm saying? And then WWE 13 comes out, and it's a throwback to the Attitude Era, which is the era that I started watching wrestling in. It was perfect. It was like everything came in perfectly for me to come back into wrestling. The new game coming out, was perfectly set up for me, right, for the Attitude Era. It had CM Punk on the cover, who was my favorite wrestler at the time because of what he did on the mic, right? That was right around the time he did the pipe bomb. Amazing, man. What a great year. 2013. 2012, 2013. Great time. Damn, RKO off the second rope. Ace cutter. Jeff Hardy going for it. 1, 2, and 3. Kurt Angle just misses out. Jeff Hardy wins the match. Jeff Hardy on SmackDown. Kurt Angle, Rob Van Dam. We'll see ya. Sayonara. Back to free agency with your ass. You missed out on a contract. Jeff Hardy now a part of SmackDown, baby. Who's excited about that? I'm pretty excited about it. Is Jeff Hardy going to get a title shot? We're going to have to find out. We don't have a champion. We don't have, like, any champions on the show anymore. Like, we're getting rid of the we might be getting rid of the cruiserweights. I haven't announced that yet, so we're not going to go ahead and give you guys that information. We might be getting rid of the cruiserweights. Our world champion, gone, right? Cesaro's on Raw. Main event. Sorry, I keep calling it Raw. Cesaro's on main event now. That championship gone. Our SmackDown champions, Brock Lesnar and Samoa Joe, they split. They're on main event. They're gone. Right? We're getting rid of the women's division. They're gone. If we get rid of the cruiserweight division, our mid-card title's gone too. SmackDown's about to be a new, fresh show. And you guys are not going to want to miss it. Make sure to tune into episodes 78 and 79 to check out what we're going to be doing with the championships and what's going to be happening at the next pay-per-view. We're also going to be adding in a couple of pay-per-view. Well, really switching up a couple of pay-per-views just to kind of make it a little bit more interesting going into SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania. It's kind of weird that those all kind of fall in within like a couple of months, right? Because you go WrestleMania and then you've got so long until SummerSlam hits, but then SummerSlam hits in August. Then you've got September and October, November's Survivor Series, then you got December, January's the Rumble. And then I guess you kind of got a little bit between the Rumble and WrestleMania, right? You've got February and March. Although sometimes I guess WrestleMania happens at the end of March, but it's been happening in April for pretty consistently now, right? Anyways, okay, I'm going to stop rambling on. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at JobberNation. This has been your boy Intel. Bye!